Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're diving into some absolutely fantastic words that are going to level up your English. We've handpicked some of the most powerful words out there to make your vocabulary and your conversations really shine. So, let's jump right in.
You know that feeling, right? You have this brilliant thought, this perfect idea, but when you go to say it, the word is just gone. It's so frustrating. Well, this explainer is designed to fix that. We're going to arm you with a set of precise, powerful words to make everything you say sharper and way more effective.
All right, let's kick things off with words that bring people to life. Picking the right adjective can completely change a story. It can turn a boring description into a character that people will actually remember.
So, in this first part, we're going to tackle 3 incredibly useful words: frugal, eccentric, and nonchalant. Get ready to add some serious new firepower to the way you describe people.
First up, we have frugal. Now, it's so important not to get this mixed up with being cheap. Being frugal is actually a compliment. It means you're smart with your resources, you're wise, and you value things that last.
This slide just nails the difference. See, a cheap person buys the $10 shoes that fall apart in a month. A frugal person, on the other hand, invests in the well-made shoes that will last for years. So frugal is all about seeing the long-term value. It's a sign of intelligence.
Next, we've got eccentric. I love this word. It is the absolute perfect word for someone who just marches to the beat of their own drum. You know, that person who's a little unique, a little quirky, but in a totally fascinating and charming way. This example just shows you the magic of the word. It's not just a hobby. Her passion is eccentric. It tells you something unique about her character. It makes her interesting. It's a storyteller's word, for sure. Okay, our last word in this section is nonchalant. Just picture someone who is effortlessly cool, even when everything is stressful. That's being nonchalant. It's this vibe of being calm and collected, totally unbothered by the chaos.
In this sentence, nonchalant does so much heavy lifting. It doesn't just mean he was calm. It suggests confidence, maybe a little swagger. It's all about the style of his composure. All right, let's move on to our next set of words. Okay, time to shift gears. We've talked about words for describing people. Now let's get into words for describing ideas. These next few are basically tools for your brain, helping you think more critically and get your point across with way more clarity. We're focusing on 2 absolute powerhouses here: nuance and pragmatic. Seriously, mastering these 2 will make your arguments and your way of thinking so much stronger. Nuance. This is such a great concept. It's the difference between seeing the world in black and white versus seeing all the beautiful, complicated shades of gray in between. When you appreciate nuance, it means you're noticing the little, subtle details that most people just miss. This example really shows you why nuance matters. It's not just about knowing dates and facts, it's about understanding the subtle forces that gave them meaning. Being the person who can point out the nuance in a conversation, that shows you're a deep thinker. It's a total game changer. Next up, pragmatic. So if nuance is about appreciating all the complexity, being pragmatic is about cutting right through it to find a solution that actually works in the real world. It's all about being practical, focusing on what's effective, not just what sounds good on paper.
I mean, we've all been in this situation, right? The pragmatic choice isn't always the flashiest or the most exciting, but you know what? It's the one that gets the job done. This is such a key word in business, in project management, really in any situation where results are what count.
And now for our final section. We are getting into some truly powerful words now. These are for describing complex actions, really deep thoughts, and the absolute highest of standards.
We'll be looking at contemplate, sabotage, and impeccable. These 3 words carry a ton of weight. Adding them to your vocabulary will bring a whole new layer of sophistication to how you speak.
Contemplate is so much more powerful than just think. Thinking can be passive, right? It just kind of happens. But to contemplate something, that's an active process. It implies you are giving something serious, deep thought over a good amount of time. This is the perfect use for it. You don't just think about getting a new job or moving to a new city. You contemplate it. The word itself communicates the seriousness, the gravity of what you're doing.
Okay, now for a darker but really important word: sabotage. And while it might sound like something from a spy movie, we most often use it nowadays to describe how we can sometimes be our own worst enemy. Self-sabotage. It's when we unconsciously do things that get in the way of our own goals.
This slide breaks down the cycle of self-sabotage perfectly. You set a goal you're excited about, but then you start procrastinating, or you create these little roadblocks for yourself. You make excuses, and poof, the opportunity is gone. Having the word sabotage gives us a powerful way to name this pattern, and hopefully break it.
And finally, we arrive at impeccable. This is the top tier, the gold standard. It means flawless, perfect, not a single thing wrong. It's an incredibly powerful word that sets the highest possible bar for quality.
See, impeccable means excellence in every single detail. It's so far beyond good or even great. It means absolutely, totally flawless. You want to save this word for when you're describing true, undeniable perfection.
So there you go, a whole new set of tools to make your English more precise, more expressive, and more powerful. You can now describe people, analyze ideas, and talk about complex actions with amazing clarity. So the only question left is, which one of these words are you going to use first?